Convicted sex trafficker and Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved from her federal minimum security prison in Florida to a federal prison camp in Texas, holding other famous prisoners like Elizabeth Holmes and former Real Housewife Jen Shah. And it comes as President Trump has said that he had no idea that the reason why allegedly Epstein was going to steal underage employee Virginia Giuffre from his Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach back in 2000.
No, I don't know really why, but I said if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I didn't like it, and we threw him out. We said we don't want him, at the place.
Washington Bureau Managing Editor Catherine Falders joins me for more on this. And Catherine, first off, why was Maxwell moved?
It's a good question, Alex. And the Bureau of Prisons, of course, who oversees this, is not answering the reasoning or not giving a reason for exactly why she was moved, other than confirming that Maxwell was moved from Tallahassee, Florida, to a facility in Texas. Now, typically, again, we don't know from the Bureau of Prisons or anything on the record about this, the reasoning, but typically it could be done, for example, for security reasons. That usually would be the reason. So it's not totally unusual if that's the case. But the significance of this is that, of course, it comes right after, frankly, just a little bit over a week after Maxwell met behind closed doors with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. We know that they met over the course of 2 days out of public view. We still don't know what happened in that meeting. What we do know, though, is that Maxwell wants to get out of prison. She is appealing her conviction up to the Supreme Court, and her lawyer indicated following those 2 days of meetings that he was, frankly, glad to hear the president's comments where the president didn't rule out a pardon for Maxwell.
Well, and Catherine, as we heard, Trump's now saying that Epstein taking Giuffre and other employees led to the end of their relationship. Does that match with what we know about their relationship?
It's unclear. There has been a number of explanations over the years for the end of their relationship. We know, at least behind the scenes, that this is something that Trump has said before. There's also been reporting about a falling out over a real estate deal, for example, and that led to the end of their friendship. But what we do know, and what has remained consistent here in the timeline of the Trump-Epstein friendship and relationship, is that Trump did say in 2019 that he had not spoken to Epstein for 15 years. There's nothing to indicate that they had any relationship that would make that timeline inaccurate. So we do know that, but it still does leave, at least Trump's recent comments, a lot of unanswered questions about what Trump knew when, of course, filling in some of the gaps from their friendship. Trump has said he's known Epstein since the 1980s. But what was important about Rachel Scott's exchange in the Roosevelt room yesterday with the president was she asked specifically, did Trump know at the time that Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associate, was allegedly recruiting women, Virginia Giuffre, from his Mar-a-Lago resort? Did he know the reason why at the time? Trump claims that he didn't know the reason why at the time, and that was a big question that the family, Giuffre's family, raised as well.
Well, and Catherine, Giuffre's family spoke with Prime anchor Linsey Davis last night about Trump's recent comments about their sister. Take a listen to this.
I think it came as a very big shock to the family. We're still reeling from the very real loss of her, and kind of the way that it was thrown out, and the words of being stolen as if she was an object. That's really painful to hear as a family who just is experiencing a really devastating time, and none of the victims are objects to be taken or stolen.
Catherine, do you think a push from the family will lead to more transparency here?
I'm not sure whether or not it will. I am sure that the White House has seen those comments from the family, of course, in the wake of the president's comments about Virginia Giuffre. So it's possible that it could. Now, the Department of Justice has said that they will share more information, for example, about Maxwell's interview at the appropriate time. They still haven't done that. I know the family, for example, would like to see more of these files released that the FBI and DOJ has said that they won't do, that they won't release them anymore to protect victims' identities. So it's possible that it could lead to more transparency, but so far we haven't heard anything out of the White House that the family speaking out is having any effect on this administration.